All right. Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone, the church in Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the head apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there. And as always, you believers. So yeah, we back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. As always, continuing in the spirit and theme of prophecy, which for those of us who understand that lingo, if you will, those of us who can dance to that song, where we understand prophecy in its perfection, pretty much details the rise and fall of kingdoms and empires and the overall promises that will be bestowed upon the children of Israel, in which those promises would manifest in the form of rulership, power, and dominion, in which we will be in the times and seasons where that reality is just that much closer. And it would be at the expense of the fall of the current rulers, which would be Esau, the so-called white man, in this beast system with the whore, the scarlet, the whore that sit upon the scarlet colored beast. That whore represents America, which serves as the throne, if you will, of the so-called white man. Well, we in those times where that transition is now being perfected, what you're witnessing in the earth is a heavy power shift. And although you have certain of those out there who have somewhat of a feel, a pulse for this heavy spirit of unease, if you will, in the planet Earth, you got certain prognosticators and financial devisers, as coined, but the only spirits that understand what's truly taking place is really Jacob and Esau, man. Now, when you consider those two nations, they're compiled with different tribes. You got the Dukes of Edom, and you got the tribes of Israel. But for the most part, there are two body of people, in which that body has heads. Right on the right hand, you have the governing body, the elect, the prophets who are set to have dominion in the world to come. And on the left hand side, you got these elites. And those two heads, if you will, they both have desires. And their desires is to rule. Right? The average Jake, if you was to pick the brain of the average Jake, they're not concerned with rulership. What's that? The book of Luke, the 16th chapter, the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. It tells you how Jake desired the crumbs. So they have a ceiling, right, to have somewhat status in this world. But the elect is driven by rulership. And even on the flip side, the average Edomite, they just want to stake the claim of being a red-blooded American, and they rally on, the next commander-in-chief, which in this case would be Donald Trump, aka Nero. But then you have the elites amongst Edom whose desire is to continue to rule, man. See? So that's the balance of power here in the earth. And for those of us who are bestowed with the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy and his testimony, then by default, these things will pique our interest. Matter of fact, you know what? Go to the book of Proverbs, the 25th chapter. Let's set the tone right there. Proverbs 25. And I believe it's around the second or third verse. Yeah, the second verse.
This is Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 2. It is the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing.
Right, and this is where you get the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, the secrets, right? So the glory of the Most High, what sets him apart is he has the jurisdiction to conceal a thing. And what he's concealing, really, in his perfection, the time that kings have to rule. Matter of fact, let's prove that. Go to the book of Job, the 14th chapter.
Mm.
You know what I want, Job 14 and 5.
This is the book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 5.
Mhm.
Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Right. Now to set the stage here, this his in whom he understand his days are determined. It's Esau, man. And those days and months represent the time in which he have to have dominion over the planet Earth. You see? So his days are determined. Read that again.
Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Are with thee. With who? The Most High, man. So those are the secrets. Those are the things that Yahweh Basham Shai have concealed. Go ahead.
Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Right. So he can't add one cubit to his statue. He can't add 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, week, month, or year to his rulership. Why? Because his days and months are with Yahweh Basham Shai. You know, if you have a secret, right? Let's say if you have a thought, you have to share that. Otherwise, it's with you. You see, you can conceal that thought. And that's what the Most High have done. And you have the inhabitants of the earth, and in particular, as it relates to this present life, Esau, this nigga scratching and clawing, or what the scriptures say, though he roar.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, get that one too. Like I want to say it's Jeremiah 5. Right? This man is scratching and clawing, signing off on executive orders. He's doing everything in his power to try to maintain rulership, but his time is with Yahweh Basham Shai, man. Right? Matter of fact, if you stroll down, it might be 22. Yep.
Jeremiah chapter 5 and verse 22. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord? Will ye not tremble at my presence?
Mm-hmm.
Which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree?
Right. The sea represents the people, the nations. And the sand is that bound. So the nations have their time to rule, but they can't proceed any further. Go ahead.
That it cannot pass?
Yep, and we pretty much just read that. Right? In Job, the 14th chapter. Go ahead.
And though the waves thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail.
Right. So these devils is restless. They tossing and turning, yet they can't prevail. Go ahead.
And though they roar, yet can they not pass over it.
Right. And that roar is going into these draconian measures, these different legislations and laws. You can't sign yourself in the rulership, E. You see? So they tossing themselves and they roaring, but yet they can't prevail. They can't pass over the time that they was given a rule. See? So we can go back, Oculus. You got some?
Lie.
Yep. So let's go back. Yep. Proverbs 25.
Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 2. It is the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing.
Right. So the Most High have concealed in its totality. This is concerning because we know the Lord, he concealed whatever. It's Yahweh Basham Shai who revealed things. Outside of that, it's concealed. You see? But as it relates to the testimony of Yahweh Shai, that thing that's concealed is the numbers and months and days of Esau. Go ahead.
But the honor of kings is to search out a matter.
And that's those who are endowed with the Holy Spirit, beginning at the prophets. Our honor is to search out a matter. And that's why we are concerned with this transition of power. We're searching out the matter that the Lord have concealed. And the Lord is revealing these things. Is it not written, search or seek and ye shall find?
Mm-hmm.
And what are we seeking for? Is we seeking for our mortgage to get paid? Right? These little minuscule little things that often preoccupy the minds of mere mortals. Now we here in this flesh and we have to, right, conduct ourselves as such because the Lord have humbled us, but we are the sons of the Most High, man. So deep down in us,
Yes.
right, the matter we seek. Oh, you know what proved that out? Second Ezra, the 6th chapter, where Ezra asked the angel, he asked him concerning the pardon asunder of the times. Matter of fact, real quick, go to Acts, the 1st chapter,
You
the
can.
6th verse, right? So the honor of a king is to search out matters. And again, what's the major matter that's causing these devils to lose sleep? Rulership, man. So you got the poor inquiring of that. And let's say if you poor, you down and out, and you get wind that you got an inheritance, you're gonna start researching into that. Right? You're gonna figure out what you need, what paperwork I need to bring, so I can state claim of that promised inheritance. You see, so we got wind that there was a kingdom laid up for us, and now we searching out that matter. Come on.
Con, this is Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
See, so these are the disciples when they therefore met back up with Yahushua. This was after his crucifixion. One of the main things they asked him, one of the main things they inquired of was the restoration of the kingdom. Click on that word kingdom. Let's see what it gives you. But you see here where even the disciples was pretty much in the beginning stages of searching out this matter, man. And the reason why I say the beginning stages is because now here at the ends of the world, right, we're pretty much we're with emphasis, we're adamantly searching these things out. Why? Well, for if nothing else, time and sake. See? And it's going to tell you that when we go back to Acts, the 1st chapter. Come on, so let's get this definition.
Con, Strong's G 932. It says, it's like Bala'a, Basila, Salakia. It says royal power, kingship, dominion, rule.
Right. So they was asking things pertaining to rulership. You see? Which that goes back to the promises, man. See? Even when you consider Isaac, which that was Yahushua, for those of you with ears, well, he was speaking concerning things pertaining to rulership. When he blessed Jacob and he consoled Esau, that had everything to do with rulership. He told Esau, look, I have made him thy Lord. Right? And that word Lord, when you look it up, it goes into master. And that provoked a reaction from Esau. He wept bitterly. And Isaac consoled him by what? Giving him dominion over here at the ends of the earth, man. The fatness, the fullness of the earth. See? So you know what? Let's throw it down to the second definition right there.
Okay.
What? Okay, go ahead.
A kingdom. The territory is subject to the rule of a king. Used in the New Testament to refer to the reign of the Messiah.
Right. So that's what's being pushed. When Yahushua was teaching, his ministry centered around the kingdom of heaven. That was pretty much the slogan, even beginning with John the Baptist. Right? What was the message? Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. See? So let's go. Oh, you got something up?
Yeah, I got something real quick.
Yeah, you got it.
Colossians chapter 1 and I believe verse 26. Colossians 1:26, it says, even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. If I may, is made manifest to his saints, the ones who have outside, the ones who possess this testimony of Yahweh Shai, this mystery, man, who we were according to the scriptures, who our enemy is, what this thing is really about. Christians that say the scriptures about dying and going to heaven, but no, it entails a transition in power, man. It entails a kingdom, as we read in that definition, power, rulership, dominion, man. That's what this mystery, this thing has been revealed unto us. As you mentioned, now we searching out the matter, going into the precepts, looking at the news, measuring the times diligently.
And you know what? That's why, and that's a beautiful precept. That's why I say the mystery which have been hid is now made manifest to the saints. Those kings who searching out the matter, man. Matter of fact, read that next verse.
To whom the Most High would make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles.
Right, meaning in this lifetime. And because when you read, for an example, right, the book of Second Esdras, I want to say that Second Esdras, is that Second Esdras 2, where it speaks about the heathen that heareth, understand, right? It says, look for your shepherd who will come at the end of the world. So the mystery is now revealed here. That's why you got search engines, right? You got tools to search. See? Now you have the people, they search out the folly that dominates their mind, but we search out things pertaining to the kingdom of heaven. Even if it's folly, right? At the end of the day, it still complements the concept of the kingdom. Go ahead.
It says, which is Hamashiach in you, the hope of glory.
Right, see, the hope of glory, man. Right? And that glory, again, would be manifest in the form of power, rulership, and dominion, as we looked up in that definition. So, yeah, Baba Kashar, let's go back to Acts, the 1st chapter. And read it again from the 6th verse.
Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Right, they were searching out that matter, man. That was a heavy, weighty matter. Things pertaining to dominion and rulership. A perpetual state of rulership. See? Go ahead.
And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or seasons which the Father have put in his power.
Right. So that was what? The Most High concealing a matter, right? As we read in Proverbs, the 25th chapter. It's the glory of the Most High to conceal a matter, but the honor of kings to search it out. So Yahweh Shai said, look, it's not for you to know at this time, at that time when they were speaking it. But when will we know it? Go real quick to 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. Because he never said they would never know it. He said, no, look, the Most High concealed that, as we read in Proverbs, the 25th chapter. But you're going to seek out the matter, you're going to search, and you're going to find. Come on out.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right. So you see here where when you fast forward the movie, if you will, now we know perfectly well the times and seasons because the Most High himself revealed these things. You see, he concealed it. He put the spirit on us to search the matter out. And now he's revealing it. And again, what's the matter? Things pertaining to rulership, man. And again, that's why we mentioned that in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. where Ezra, the first thing Ezra asked the angel, I'm saying first because it was the most emphatic thing to ask, because it was the main thing. You hear the saying, keep the main thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? He was asking about the main thing, and that was rulership, man. See? And that proves that we spawn from those progenitors, if you will, Jacob and Esau. You got certain people here on the planet Earth that's desiring to maintain rulership, but then you have other spirits that's designed in such a way to desire that rulership. We are the physical manifestation of those two entities. The mere fact that we desire the very things that Isaac bestowed, you see, upon those men. Matter of fact, go real quick to Second Ezra before we get into this. We got a little information we want to bring out because we're in some heavy times, man. And if you don't know that, then the spirit ain't on you, right? Because this thing is so up. Hey, man, it's like a flood of information going forward. There's so much going on, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's Yahweh Shah peeling back that veil and giving us a glimpse. We're able to peer out now into the future more and more. Or what's that? Proverbs 4.
Okay.
Right? As that shining light that shines more and more into the perfect day. See? So even if you was trying to play it off like you weren't seeing this, man, it's too much in your peripheral, it's up close and personal now. So Second Ezra 6.
Okay.
And start at the 57th verse and read down. Oh, and that's the spirit. This is the same chapter what we mentioned. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and read that. That's the spirit.
Okay. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times?
Right. And what's the times, man? The times is the seasons. You see? Now, for those who see those words in the scripture scribed within the Holy Bible with a naked eye, then they ponder on the physical seasons, summer, spring, right? But we understand that these are buzzwords pertaining to the rise and fall of kingdoms, man. And just like seasons in the physical sense, is nothing you can do to stop that momentum. Give a damn how acclimated you have come with being comfortable with the fall. Guess what? The winter is coming, man. And there's nothing you can do to stop that momentum. But that also applies to kingdoms. It tells you that, what's that, Daniel 2.
Okay.
See? Go ahead.
Okay. Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
So he was asking questions concerning rulership. When would be the end of the first, meaning the end of Esau, and the beginning of that which followeth? Because despite the efforts of this devil, in that misery, love, company spirit, if he dare, whenever he dare to speak on the end of the world, he frame it as the planet Earth being destroyed. Right? And he'll even go into certain scenarios. He'll give you an end of the world scenario. Right? Whether it's a comet or asteroid pelting the planet Earth. He'll say, see, that will wipe out the dinosaurs. Right? And he'll take that approach because his thing is, I can't rule, you can't rule. If I can't have it, nobody will. Right? And even here entertain the concept of a World War III. But he said, look, the whole planet Earth will be blown up. But as we just read, the end of his rulership will bring about the beginning of it that followeth. So the kingdom of heaven is a vast future. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac.
And he went right into it. Right? You notice the angel went right into it. That lets you know that these things that we discuss, they straight to the point. Scripture says the Lord gave them straight commandment. See? It's just Jake want to make it hard. Jake want to blur the lines and being an American Israelite. You see more and more guys dropping rap tracks under the banner of Israel. Niggas spin bars and quoting precepts. Right? But the angel going right into the heart of the matter. Read that again.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Go ahead.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right. And for those of us in the know, we understand that, which this is in the Greek right here, Esdras. So we understand right here that that word world goes back to, in this case, eon. Right? Which is a age. So the end of this age is Esau. Everything about this man, his very being down to his specter, represents the end. See? And once this system is moved out of the way, then there will be a new world afterwards. And that's what Ezra was asking about. And we continue in that legacy. We searching out that very same matter. Matter of fact, now let's jump down to the 57th verse.
Okay. Verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Right. So these heathens, right, they have begun to rule over us, man. See, be lords over us. And remember, when you go into Genesis, the 27th chapter, as I mentioned, Yahweh Shai said, look, no, Jacob will be Lord. See? Go ahead.
But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands.
See, we have been given into their hands, which in its perfection is Esau. This is the climax, if you will, the plight of nations having dominion over us. Remember, we just read Esau is the end of that series of kingdoms and empires. Go ahead.
If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Right, so it's certain spirits here on the planet Earth that desire rulership, man. Hey, because every Israelite is not making that petition. Every Israelite is not saying, Lord, these heathens ruling over us, man. They voting for the motherfuckers to rule over them. So that firstborn and only begotten, that's the first fruits. We the mouthpiece. Now Israel going to benefit from that, because in the world to come, seeing that they're going to come through the loins of the first fruits, right? They're going to benefit from that. But this is the petition we making, man. Again, Proverbs 25:2. It's the honor of kings to search out the matter. That's why, matter of fact, continue.
How long shall this endure?
See, how long? And that proves that now we are being comforted in this time, because everything centers around just that, time. Everything's boiled down to time now. Time has proven to be Esau's biggest enemy, but time is on our side.
Okay.
Right? That's why Yahweh Shai said what? Least those days be shortened. Who benefited from that decree? The elect, those who asked this question, right? How long shall this endure? See? Oh, man, the Elder Rapal was speaking about this after the Sunday class. He just kind of briefly ran it by me like, yeah, man, these people out here, they probably don't even realize that time is speeding up. So Spirit got on me to say, well, this is likened to a race, right? Scriptures liken our walk to a race. So who knows, Spirit can have it where we are experiencing this thing speed up, but the rest of the people could very well be oblivious to it, And I'm just speaking as a man, but ultimately, we the only ones who desire for this thing to wrap up, close shop, right? Be moved out of the way, and the kingdom of heaven be established. See? So Ark, with that, we can segue to what we got unless you got some.
Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start off with the doomsday clock. Okay. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think this came out, was it maybe 8 hours ago?
Okay.
All right. So you got these devils watching the clock, man. Come on.
Okay. It says, this is from yahoo.com. The doomsday clock just moved closer to midnight. Here's why atomic scientists think humanity is closer than ever to destroying itself.
Yeah, you devils, man. No accountability. And I just mentioned that, right? How they approach is what? If I can't rule, no one will.
Mm-hmm.
So they filed everybody off together under this banner of humanity, in some cases mankind, right? They'll actually go as far as saying, yeah, mankind with their factories and their, right, destroyed the ecosystem. No, that was you, man. See? But we able to search out this matter. We know by measuring these things through the scriptures that closer to destroying itself is Esau being closer to destroying himself, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's that? The sword shall enter into his own heart. Lord willing, pull that one up real quick before we move into the next article.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in very heavy times, man. Monumental, to say the least. We're actually witnessing the fall of our enemies as written in the Holy Scriptures. And again, what's the science behind that? That fall assures our lifting up. See, at the fall of our enemies, we will be exalted.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that seesaw effect, or better yet, the justice scale, right? That balance scale.
Okay.
When one fall, by default, the other is lift up. Come on.
This is Psalms chapter 37 and verse 15. Their swords shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken.
See that? So their sword is going to enter into their own heart. They're going to destroy themselves. Their gift will become their curse. So you can understand. Matter of fact, let's read on in that.
A little that a righteous man have is better than the riches of many wicked.
So you see again, right? You have that yin and yang. After we read the destiny of the wicked, is followed up by what? The righteous man. See? A little that a righteous man have is better than the riches of many wicked. And what do we have? We have the testimony of Yahweh. See that? Matter of fact, continue on that, huh?
For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous.
Right, we being sustained through corn and wine. The necessities to keep us preserved until our Redeemer, who draweth nigh, Yahweh on the way, man. Right? And what Yahweh promised to bring with him? His reward. See? And that's rulership. Come on, out.
The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever.
Oh, and that goes back. That's the spirit. Proverbs 25. Right?
Yeah.
It's the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing. So the Lord know the days that he have readily laid up for his elect, man. And he also know the days of the wicked. right? Which is short. Since we're in the scriptures, go real quick to Proverbs. I think that's Proverbs 10, right? You know what I want? It's around the 26th verse, I believe.
Yep,
27. Yep.
Proverbs 10 and 27. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened.
Right. That's why the doomsday clock, they say it's 89 seconds closer to midnight, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the counsel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Laying hold, taking root here in the planet Earth. See? So the fear of the Lord, which is this truth, right? Is it not written? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. So the fear of the Lord prolongeth days. This hope that we have developed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is trending towards an eternal state of rulership. See? Versus Esau's reality in his days, which are being shortened. See? So you got two, matter of fact, real quick, go to Ecclesiastes 7. You got Jacob and Esau, and one party is antsy, but then the other party is patient. Why? Because we know that what lies ahead is forever. It might be around the 7th verse, maybe. The patient in spirit.
Okay. Ecclesiastes 7 and 8.
Yep.
Better is the end of a thing.
Right. The end of Esau. We just read that in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. Esau is the end of the world. Go ahead.
Than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Yeah, and we know that pride goes into Esau, man. Which right now we at the height of his pride, which is manifest through Trump. That's not a hard saying either, man. Hey, that's why the scripture, what you think the scriptures is? Just a book? No, it narrates what's going on, man. So Trump being the spokesman, if you will, of Esau in his present life is not this nigga boasting. He's proud as hell, man. Right? So we're not going to sit and interview every Edomite from Joe Sixpack, Alabama, Shelby County, Alabama Edomite up to Trump. No, Trump is the mouthpiece. See? So we're in a time where the pride of Esau is on display and is pretty much being brought more and more to the forefront based upon him having but a short time. See? That's how that pride is really being brought to the forefront, is on display. You know, when someone is on the clock, then they have to be themselves. We often go into that, like these games, right? Sports. For the first 3 quarters, you can conceal certain things and you can draw up certain plays and hide certain things. But when you losing and there's 5 seconds left, you're going to just be you, man. You're going to let it all hang out. So time in itself is revealing who's who. See? The times and seasons we in is revealing the elect in the fact that we rejoice in this fall, and is also revealing Esau, man, who's now beginning to scramble. Or we read that in Jeremiah 5. Though they toss themselves, though they roar, right? Yet they can't pass over the time that the Lord has reserved for them to rule. So yeah, you got it, Doc.
Back to the article. It says,
I believe we might be good on this one. Unless you read a little more.
This is from foxnews.com.
Mm-hmm.
flooding the zone. Trump hits warp speed in first week back in office. Trump teased at his inauguration that things would change very quickly with his return to the White House.
Why? Why is you vowing? Why is this word quickly thrown up? Oh shit, warp speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Under this man's watch, this man's cabinet, under the Trump's administration, that's one of the rallying cries, warp speed. See how the scriptures all come together, man. It identifies who each character is in this drama of Yahweh Shema Shah. And that character is determined by his said characteristics. And we just read it, right? Better is the patient in spirit, right? Than proud in spirit. So if the patient is contrast to the proud, that means the pride of Esau is on display through him being antsy and impatient.
Mm-hmm.
See? Because he can feel it. Justice is on his heels. What's that, Ezekiel?
Oh yeah, blood kind of.
Right, blood shall pursue thee. Right, if blood pursuing you, you're not walking. You're not patient. You're running, man. You warp speed. Come on.
It says President Donald Trump is back in the White House and moving at warp speed to push through his agenda with dozens of executive orders.
Hey, look, man, that nigga signed over 200 executive orders, right? In that small window.
Mm-hmm.
So that proves that when you look at Esau as a whole in its totality, it's climaxed. Now, this guy can very well be the one to administer the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
That'll make him a very infamous figure, man. He a heavy figure if he the one who's going to administer that. But everything is lining up, right? You had the planets align. Everything lining up now. See? Out of them 200 executive orders, you better believe the mandate of the Quran was in there, man. Right? But you got this guy, Elon Musk. Trump placed him over the, I believe it's the Department of Efficiency.
Yep.
Right? So you see everything is dedicated to moving, man. Come on.
It says surveying damaged areas in North Carolina and California, and rallying behind his cabinet nominees amid Senate confirmation showdowns. In his inaugural address on Monday, the new president vowed that things across the country would change starting today. And it will change very quickly.
Why? Because you're on the clock, man. Everything centers around time as touching this devil. See? It's his biggest enemy. Go ahead.
It says, and moments later, White House Deputy Chief of Staff Taylor Bodwich took to social media to tease, now comes shock and awe. It says, they weren't kidding. Trump signed an avalanche of executive orders and actions in his first 8 hours in office.
Right. So that's this man being impatient. See, that's a manifesto of him spawning from Esau. Right? Physical character Esau. Because when you read the story, it outlines the fact that he would be given the fatness, the fullness of the earth, meaning he will come to an end. It would be a bound. When you round something off, that's the fullness of it. So Esau represents the nations having dominion. It stops with this devil, as we read. Ezekiel of Slakia, second Ezra, the 6th chapter, man.
Mhm.
Esau is the end of the world. When you at the end of something, then you're spared up. Come on.
It says, which not only fulfilled some of his major campaign trail promises, but also allowed the returning president to flex his executive muscles as well as settle some long-standing grievances.
Oh, you know what that remind me of? The grievousness which they prescribe. I know it's not in the same, but why is the word there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we know that precept, right, is going directly into signing off on orders.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Woe to them who is it
Declare
right
unrighteous unkind.
and who right grievousness, you know?
Kind.
They prescribe. When you scribe something, you write it. Come on.
Kind. It says the president immediately cracked down on immigration, moved towards a trade war with top allies and adversaries, and reversed many policies implemented by former President Joe Biden.
Right, and you see these words that's jumping out here immediately. See, desperate times calls for desperate measures. When you patient in spirit, you just waiting, man. Right? Versus the proud in spirit, which by default, that pride sums up his impatience. Is captured with that act of being impatient because he feels as if he controls the narrative. Right? What's that? Romans the 9th chapter is not he who willeth or runneth, but it's the Most High, right, who showeth mercy. Really, that mercy is rulership, because when you read that in its context, it goes and it gives you a glimpse into Pharaoh. Come on.
It says, including scrapping much of the previous administration's federal diversity actions and energy and climate provisions. He also sparked a major controversy by pardoning or commuting the sentences of roughly 1,500 supporters who took part in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol in an unsuccessful attempt to upend congressional certification of Biden's 2020 election victory. It says among those whose sentences were commuted included some who violently assaulted police officers on one of America's darkest days.
Right. So you see what Trump is the face of all that. Right? When you go into these prophecies, for an example, the Lord setting the Egyptian against the Egyptian. Really, the Trump card was Nero. That pretty much set things in motion, man. Go ahead.
It says Trump also fired some top government officials, made a high-profile $500 billion tech investment announcement, held unscripted and wide-ranging informal and impromptu news conferences during his first 2 days back at the White House.
Man, that means you ripping and running, man.
Yes.
Right? You did all that shit within 2 days. See? That's the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim outside, man. Hey, because if you notice, man, everything kind of speeding up. Right? You have a motherfucker doing 80 miles per hour in a damn apartment complex. You're like, what the fuck you speed, man?
Yeah.
Come on, what?
And even renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
See? The proud, right? The proud in spirit. So you see what this is showing who he is. When you're on the clock, you can't help but to show who you is. And again, this is the spokesman of Esau, man, at this particular time. See? Come on, what?
It says the frantic pace.
See? Yeah, man. Why, man? Because you devils is on the clock. We're going to go into the prophecy on that, man. Go ahead.
The frantic pace kept up throughout the week, with more executive orders signed and actions taken by Trump and his new administration during the first 100 hours in office, which quickly put his stamp on the federal government.
Right. So you see those words, right? If you all out there paying attention, man, the frantic pace, right? Now you got to ask yourself, why? What? You know, why you feel the need to rush this? The only conclusion you can come to is that this man know that his kingdom is slipping. He's losing the grip of power. See? And he know that this truth is the catalyst to Israel receiving those promises. You know what proved that? When you read Revelation, the 11th chapter. Right? Great fear fell upon them who saw us stand upon our feet. So this man is trying to get the tribes out of here, man, because really, first and foremost, over here, you got camps everywhere. See, the momentum is moving towards really every damn so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American is coming knowledge to them to understand the Israelite thing at this point. They know that, right, that they associated with Israelites in some capacity. So now these devils is looking to pretty much expel them. That happened with trying to remember who was that. Oh, was that Nero? No, it wasn't Nero. I forget who it was who expelled Jake from out of the land. They was pushing forth the kingdom. See? Matter of fact, even Nero, man, when you go into it, right?
Okay.
Right? The teaching of a new king and a new kingdom, I believe it was around that same time. We went into it before. Go ahead.
It says, amid the fast-paced environment of the first week of Trump's White House, Senate Republicans and the president allies rallied behind his cabinet nominees and pushed them toward confirmation. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and CIA Director John Ratcliffe were easily confirmed by the Senate earlier this week. As several other nominees are expected to be confirmed between the weekend and next week.
Right. So that's pretty much all we need right here. But you see the words that jumps out: frantic pace, fast pace, quickly, immediately, and ultimately warp speed. See, that's nothing coincidental. Those acts serve as tokens for us who have been quickened, right? Those of us who have eyes to see and who have developed the spirit of anticipation, man. Right? We looking for the thing, we searching out the matters. And this response from this devil proves that we're quickly moving towards Yahushua in the kingdom of heaven. See? So let's prove that in closing. What's that? Revelation, the 12th chapter? Revelation 12 and 12.
This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Right. And those heavens represents us, man. Right? What's that? Is that Colossians? Your conversation is in heaven? Or something along those lines? Yahushua, Yahushua pretty much raised us up. When scripture speaks about raising us up, that means we have been elevated. It tells you that in Also in Jeremiah, the first chapter, I have set thee above the kings.
Yep.
Right? So this is heavenly places. So we are rejoicing at this time. Read that again.
Rejoice, therefore rejoice, ye heavens,
Mm-hmm.
and ye that dwell in them.
Well,
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
and that's dealing with the people. You see? Matter of fact, let's prove it. I want to say that second Ezra. You know what I'm talking about? I believe it's in either 15. I think it's in second Ezra 15. Oh man. Let me see something maybe. Yeah, if you could let me see something real quick. Oh yeah, that's it. Yep, I think it's 14. Yep.
Second Ezra chapter 14, chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
See, and that's pretty much what we just read. Let's go back. You got the heavens and you got the world in that case. But right here, you got the heavens and the earth and the inhabitants of the sea. So let's read it again.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Mm-hmm.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Right. Woe to the world. Woe to everybody outside of the good graces and overall favor of Yahweh Shai. See? Go ahead.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
Right. He having great wrath. That's why, for an example, these deportations, they're complemented with the U.S. military. See? And why is that the response? Go ahead.
Because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
Right. And we just went into the article where Trump's, man, this nigga signed over 200 executive orders in 2 days and 48 hours, along with a plethora of other things. This nigga pretty much delegated certain offices to certain people, right? He pardoned others. He did a whole lot of shit in 2 days, man. See? So what we just read right here is being manifest as we speak. See? And this is what contributes to us rejoicing, because the Lord is making good on everything that's written in the scriptures. His counsel is standing, which benefits us believers, man. You see, now our hope is right there in front of us. You can see it. See that? So you got anything else up?
Lie.
You know what? I wanted to see if we can, I don't know if that's a phrase or not, but let's click on that word time. I believe it might be short time. Let's just see what it gives you. Okay, it's 2 words. All right, let's click on the word short. Then we'll get the other one.
Strong's G 3641. It says little, small, few, of number, multitude, quantity, or size, of time, short.
Hey, you know what? Let's scroll down here to the Strong's. The last line. Yep.
It says few, a little, long, a season.
A season. See? Right? And we read that in 1 Thessalonians. Ye brethren, you have no need that I write unto you, for yourself know perfectly well, you know, the times and seasons that we're in. Because that word time and seasons is synonymous. See, days, months, as it pertains to rulership, they all parallel. So let's get that last word, time, and we'll end it off right there.
Strong's G 2540. It says, "Due measure, a measure of time, a larger or smaller portion of time."
Right. In this case, Esau will have a smaller portion of time versus Jacob. See, and we read that in Proverbs, the 10th chapter. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the days of the wicked shall be short. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, once again, man, we're in very monumental times. Beautiful time to be alive, man. All right, that is if you're an Israelite. And not only that, if you're an Israelite who, desire the kingdom of heaven. See, so these are beautiful times for us, but on the flip side, this is a very challenging time, disturbing time for you devils, man, because you're on the clock and you can feel it in the air. Justice is pursuing your ass, and that's the ultimate act of justice. The very ones that you conquered as a people, man, the very ones that you have a perpetual hatred for, those will be the people to rule over you. That's why you see why this devil is frantically, right, trying to somehow hold fast rulership. So yeah, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders, a great millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers. And as always, you believers, to the next time, shalom.
Shalom.